Hello, guys. What is going on? It is Spherical here, and we are here today with the finale of Attack on Titan, the final season, part one. Yes, today we did get our announcement that I was waiting for. So it's a little bit weird. Again, this might be a little bit of a rant here, but again, I've died on this hill so many times. I'm gonna do it again. I still think this whole season X part X bullshit is so dumb. I hate that it exists. And today is a good example. So, of course, the announcement on Twitter is where I saw it earlier today about, the continuation coming this winter or winter 2022. Again, it's weird, winter 2022, but it's going to be coming in 2021. First of all, that is super hype. I was totally expecting at least a year's wait, so that is awesome. I'm super excited for that. But I've seen a lot of confusion, mostly from anime onlys. And now, when I say anime onlys, I obviously mean I'm an anime only, but I'm also pretty deep into the community to where again I kind of know how many chapters are left, what to expect, how much, or not what to expect, how much more stuff to expect. When I say anime onlys, I mostly mean people who just watch the show casually and don't know anything. Apparently, a lot more people than I thought were actually expecting this to be the finale, and are now very confused that there's just another episode that's coming in 9 months. And now I'm hearing so many questions about, well, is it really going to end there? Because is it even the final season anymore? Because now it's the final season part 2. Is there going to be a final season part 3? Will it ever end? What is happening? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just adding part 2 to a season, they could have just called this season 5 or season 6, because season 3 part 2 should have just been called season 4, and then we could have had the final season in 9 months from now, and everything. I don't know, dude. I bring this up every time. I know people are probably rolling their eyes. I think it's so stupid. I hate that Attack on Titan does it. I hate that ReZero does it. I hate that every show does it. But I don't know. That's kind of the trend now, just to call everything season something, part something, even though it's just basically a new season. I feel like the reason they do that, though, is because I would imagine that it's more of a thing on the side of the studios, because I'd imagine that it's all treated as kind of one season from a production standpoint. It's all kind of done together, as opposed to doing a season and then, greenlighting the next season and preparing for it and then doing all of that stuff. I feel like that's probably why it's done, realistically. But yeah, so anyways, rant over. I want to keep that as short as possible. It just riles me up every time. But yes, so for those of you guys who are unaware, who don't really know how much more to expect, from what I've heard and from the pacing we're going at, I think anywhere from 10 to 20 episodes is probably what we should expect for the ending. They have slowed down the pacing a lot recently, to where I think the last couple episodes have just been one chapter an episode, right? But of course, it's been a lot of dialogue. I would assume that the ending is going to have a lot of action, and usually that's where things speed up in terms of pacing. So it could be another 16 episodes. I think that'd be a reasonable thing to expect. But we don't really know for sure, I guess. Aside from the fact that there's going to be at least one. I've been hearing a lot of people saying ooh, what if it's only one episode? Because they only announced one. I can assure you it's not just going to be one episode. Although if it was, it'd be a very long episode. A very, very long episode. Anyways, though, so that's the whole announcement talk over with. I was expecting something bigger. I was expecting a big surprise, this isn't actually the ending, and then a massive trailer and stuff. But I don't know. We just got I think we got an episode preview. I don't know. I don't watch the previews anyway, so it doesn't matter. But anyways, before all of that, we still have another episode to get through today. So what am I even talking about? Yes, this is episode number 16. Again, I don't know what to expect. I honestly don't expect anything too big. I don't see what could possibly happen to leave us off on a massive cliffhanger. So again, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't expect a whole lot from this episode. I feel like they could have gone 2 routes, right? They could have cut us off at a really high point to give us a big cliffhanger, or what I think is going to happen is they're probably going to cut us off at a bit of a mellow point and then just make it so that the second half of this season is just it starts off and then we get to hypeness and then the hypeness just continues on to the ending, right? I feel like that's probably what I'm expecting. Because again, with only one episode left and just looking at where we are, I mean, again, I didn't talk about it in the discussion at all. I just realized, or I realized when editing, but I didn't mention the whole Levi thing. Levi could possibly be dead right now. I don't think he is, but he could be. So that's something I want to see immediately. But beyond that, like again, no real direction as to anything that could be happening this episode. So I'm not expecting anything too crazy. But what do I know? Maybe we will leave off on a massive cliffhanger. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna jump right into the episode. I do actually have a couple other things that I'm gonna mention about the whole season, final season part 2, but I'll talk about that at the end of the episode because again, I'm sure most people don't really care. So yeah, with that being said, I'm ready to start. So let's get into the episode. I mean, I still think Levi is going to die in this show, but if he dies like that, I don't know. Right? What? Why did it do that? Oh, that's disgusting. Anyways. Again, they all have it. At the very least, we know that the one girl said that she didn't feel anything, but aside from that, well, it's gotta be so like freaky knowing that you could just die at any second. Okay, makes sense. Dude, yeah, I was gonna say the segregation of everything, like, god damn, man. Why are humans so fucked up? Why can't we ever figure anything like this? Why do we just do the same thing over and over again? He is a god. Yeah, I know, that's still the most surprising to me. I think that was the one thing that we had to rely on. Again, that's the thing. Is there some sort of meaning behind it? Oh, that's not a button you want to push. Yikes, dude. Dude, this guy's... Thank you. Yeah, that was fucking awesome. Good shit. Good shit. I was about to say that was the one guy in this show I just don't like. He seems like an asshole. You know what? Thank you for that. That was awesome. All right, we're gonna fill everybody in. Damn, what does Eren want with her? What does he need her help for? Oh! Oh, fuck. Oh, I forgot about them. Dude. What? Bro, this man. Dude, I'm telling you, the second Eren realized he could boss people around, he turned into a different person. Well, this is a turn of events. Okay. Your time with the rifle was fun, but it's over already. I don't feel like Eren's interests would conflict with this. I feel like maybe he'll agree. But I don't know. I feel like Eren also doesn't really want to team up with anybody. You know, I feel like it's just him and Zeke. This is the truth. How so? How so? What if this is a trap, though? I feel like this is a trap. I don't know. Would Peak sell everybody out for her own interests? We don't know enough about her to be able to make that prediction, but I feel like this could be a trap. By who? Oh man, I don't know. Armin really just broke down hearing that? Okay. Yeah, that's probably true. Same. Oh, shit. True. Nobody trusts anybody. I mean, like, that's where we're at right now.
まだ始祖の力は使わないの。
He's dealing with his own shit right now.
示せ敵はどこに
I feel like something's about to happen. Dude, what's about to happen? She's not gonna tell him. I'm waiting to see what. I mean, we saw Galliard already.
そこ。
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. What's gonna happen now? When's he gonna transform? I mean, something has to happen now. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, I mean, that would have been pretty fucking sweet if you would have just ate him right then and there. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus.
マーレに仕えても私たちに未来はないって。見て。
Oh, shit. They're here. Is Reiner up there somewhere? Probably. We're gonna see him in a minute. Oh, his commander. There he is.
レベリオの雪辱を果たせ
Oh, boy. But the episode's gonna end any second, I feel like.
来いよ
Oh, fuck.
ライナー
Now, okay. That was a more hype ending than I expected. Holy shit. Okay. So, first off, right off the bat, there wasn't actually an episode preview at all, which I actually would have watched it this time because there's no way I would have waited 9 months on that without at least watching the preview. So, I guess we're probably just going to have to wait for a trailer for part 2, which I'm pretty confident we're going to get one eventually. But yeah, so that out of the way. Okay, my expectations were a little bit low for this episode, I think, compared to what we got. That was a pretty fucking big cliffhanger. So the invasion into Parody has begun, and yeah, the tables, the sides are set. Again, we have Marley versus Eren in the Jaegeriss. We still have the scouts and well, pretty much the scouts and Nicolo, who are in prison. So I'm mostly curious about them now. Like, at first I thought this was going to be a 3-way battle, right? With kind of Parody versus Marley kind of being the main thing, and then Eren and the Jaegeriss being like the in between that both sides are trying to fight against. But it seems more like it's going to be the Jaegeriss fighting Marley, and then the scouts are, I don't know where they lie right now. I mean, again, they've seemed to all agree that Eren is not on their side at all. Mika's is the only one who's still in denial, but I think that she deep down knows. And then seeing Armin's reaction to learning about their cause, like, I don't know. Are they gonna fight with, like, if they broke out of prison right now, who would they fight for? Which side would they be on? I don't know. I still feel like they're going to try and be like we're going to find a better solution to all of this that doesn't involve like one side destroying the other. But I don't know. I don't know, man. All right, so let's start at the start of the episode. We did not see Levi. We are going to have to wait 9 months to find out what happens to Levi, and that's depressing to me. Zeke was put into the stomach of a Titan. I'm not sure what that accomplishes. If maybe that is going to help with his regeneration, or I don't know. He's being transported somewhere probably with that Titan. I would assume he's being taken to Eren. So, well, so keep in mind again. This was kind of hammered into us earlier this season. The fact that Titans will only regenerate if they have the will to live, right? I'm assuming Zeke still has the will to live, right? He still wants to carry out his goals. That's why he's living, is to carry out his goal of, saving the world. So, I mean, I would assume that he's going to be fine. But I guess we can't say for certain, right? There is that possibility that maybe he will just die. So that's that. Again, I'm really depressed we didn't get to see Levi, just because again it's gonna take so long for us to find out what happened to him. But the fact that we didn't see him actually has me worried. I think that if he was okay, we would have saw him this episode because it wouldn't have mattered. But the fact that we still haven't seen him yet, I think he's gonna be injured. I think he's gonna be like permanently injured from this. I don't think he's gonna die, because I also think that if he were to die, we would have also seen that, right? Like I don't know, this is the way it happened. It just feels like there's going to be a long-lasting effect from that explosion, but not quite death, because that would just be way too fucking extreme for something like that, right? You guys get my thought process there? Like maybe he lost an arm or lost something. Enough so that he can still be badass Levi, but also enough that he's going to have to like overcome something to still be relevant, right? I feel like that's what's going to happen. I could be wrong though. That's just a guess. So that was that. Actually, what am I doing? I'm gonna go again. Do classic, just skimming through the episode style. So again, we had the conversation with Yelena and Pixis. The dude who knew Nicolo got shot in the head by Yelena. That was, again, I think I mentioned it like an episode or two ago, how like there's very few people in this show that like I actually don't like. Like everybody just seems to be have some type of cause that is either interesting or noble in general, or just whatever the case may be. This guy just seems like a total dickhead. So if there's anybody that probably I'm okay with being shot in the head, it was that guy. So that's kind of cool. And then Gabby got to live out her love for rifles again for a couple seconds before Peak told her to put it down. I don't know why that's so amusing to me, the way she was ordering her to use the rifle, and then like 5 seconds later was like, put it back down, as if like her grabbing the rifle in the first place made any difference whatsoever. But yeah, that conversation was tense. Again, Peak, dude, I'm just gonna say this much, all right? At this rate, Historia hasn't existed in the show since like forever. If she doesn't come back at some point, somebody's gonna take over Best Girl, and I'll tell you what, it will be Peak if that happens. Now, of course, I would assume that Historia is very important to the rest of the series, being that she's the queen and that she's also pregnant with a kid. Like I feel like she's gonna be important, but you can't have a best girl be Best Girl when she hasn't really been a part of the series for like 2 seasons, or a season and a half, or not even, maybe a season, because like season 3 part 1 was like she was super important, and then season 3 part 2 she was doing queen shit, and now she's like disappeared into the wilderness and is having a kid. So yeah, I don't know. Peak seems awesome. She seems cool. Again, she's loyal to her friends. I was really, I don't know. I didn't really know. I was 50-50 on whether or not she would sell everybody out, or if she would betray. Well, not betray, because she wasn't really working with him in the first place. But if she would attack or lead Eren into a trap. By the way, I will just say, if Galliard had managed to eat Eren just then, dude, I always think about like if those minor things ever happened in shows where like, say if Eren had just died there, like, damn, things would be probably way different than where they are right now in the manga. Wherever the manga's at, things would be way different without Eren there. I can guarantee you that much. Yeah, I don't know, just they got close. So yeah, that scene on the roof was badass. Who's the enemy here? I think I saw it coming a little bit, but still it was badass when she turned around and pointed at him. And then Galliard transformed from below. Reiner and the squad's coming in from above, again, invasion style. I feel like this is it. I mean, again, so we have so what chapter? I think like 20-ish chapters left, something like that. I I feel like it's just gonna be like this. This is it. Like this battle. I don't see where it could possibly go after this, right? Because everybody's like motivations have been laid out. Besides, like again, I still feel like there's more to Eren that I don't know. I feel like he's not fully like. It would feel weird if Eren, being the main character, if his plan was just Zeke's plan, right? Like I feel like as the main character, he's gonna have his own grander like scheme that he wants to pull off. But I feel like we don't know what that is yet. But besides that, everybody's plans are laid out. We know what everybody wants. We know why everybody's here. We're no bullshit. Everybody's gonna fight. People are gonna die, and the winner is gonna win, right? I feel like that's just where we're at now. So I could totally see this being like a, this final war arc, right? There always has to be a final war arc. So yeah, seeing everybody transform at the end, Eren, Galliard, like, I don't know, it still feels too early to have like the big finale climax battle, right? So I don't think that we're like, I feel like next season we're gonna start off. And I don't think it's going to be quite like as hype as Marley was, like the Marley battle that we had there. Because again, this is kind of a repeat, but reversed, right? I don't think we're going to start off with that, but I don't know. I don't see how it couldn't, because like Eren transformed, Galliard transformed, Reiner's probably going to jump down and transform. Although I will say, again, there was one scene, not to spoil for people who didn't watch the trailer. I just spit everywhere, by the way. There was one like big scene in the trailer that still hasn't been shown yet. That I feel like we're probably gonna get in the opening episodes of the next part of the season. And the very end of the trailer for those of you guys who did watch it. So at least that is something to look forward to. But yeah, I mean, This feels like it. So yeah, I mean, again, 9 months away. So I will say this. I was a little bit iffy on whether or not I wanted the next half of the season to come out right away, or if I wanted it to take time, because of the quality side of things. So I feel like a lot of people are gonna be talking about, okay, they have 9 months. I feel like they had like 8. I can't remember actually how many months they had to do the first half, but I think they're gonna have a little bit more time, because I feel like they have already been working on the second half, I would assume. So I feel like they're gonna have a bit more time to do the second half of the season than they did the first half. But me personally, I'm not expecting a increase in quality. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be the exact same as what we already got. Which again, I feel like there's gonna be people complaining, bad CG, all that fun stuff. It's going to be probably a problem that plagues this series till the final episode, which again, I personally think this season was awesome, even though I can, admit that there was a very big dip in at least visual quality compared to previous seasons. So again, I'm just saying it like it is. I'm expecting the same thing. Like all the Titans will probably be CG. The animation won't quite be as smooth as what we had with Wit, like what we saw with Levi versus the Beast Titan. I'm expecting pretty much all the same for the second half. So again, I just know that people might get their hopes up, like, ooh, maybe it's gonna be like, maybe they've been saving their stuff. I hear that a lot in anime, like maybe they're saving their stuff for the good part. I've never seen that actually happen. Like okay, that's a lie. There have been cases where anime studios have like gone all out for like the final fight or something like that, but saving their stuff isn't really something that happens, right? The quality of the second half of the season is gonna be the same as the quality of the first half of the season. Again, knowing that they have about the same amount of time to work on it. Unless they did rush the shit out of the first half and have been working on the second half for a while, which is possible. But honestly, again, that just makes no sense to me, because then like Marley was such an important arc, they wouldn't skimp out on that for no matter how hot the final is, right? So yeah, this is all the dumb shit that we'll see in 9 months anyways. But I just wanted to bring that up because I know it's gonna be on a lot of people's minds for the next almost a year while we wait for the next season. Anything else from this episode? Not really. I mean, not much new information. It was mostly just. I mean, this. I think this was a really good part to end off. Actually, again, it's very cliffhangery, but I feel like we didn't get overloaded with information this episode. We didn't get like a giant bomb dropped on us, like an information bomb or anything. Again, everything that we've learned, we've already been learning like over the past like 7 or 8 episodes. So I think this is a really good part to leave off. And again, I think a lot of people were kind of wondering. I guess manga people already kind of knew where the season would end off, or had an idea at least. But I feel like ending the season off kind of like in the middle of an arc is always like a weird thing. So I think that this. I'm assuming that this was probably one of the best points that they could have left off for a 9-month break. But yeah, great episode, and again, phenomenal ending to the season. I will say, so now that we're fully past the final season, part 1, I have changed my opinion a little bit. So looking back on things, I think overall, I might go back and forth on this. I remember when we finished the Marley arc, I said that was my favorite. I think if I truly had to pick, I might still put the Return to Shiganshina arc above that. But I don't know. It's really hard for me. It's definitely between those two for my favorite arc, but I think I'd like kind of said like this is definitely my favorite arc after Marley finished. I think I've gone back on that quite a bit. I think it's very close for me now between the Return to Shiganshina arc and the Marley arc. But I might be leaning a bit more towards the Return to Shiganshina arc at this point. Just being that was like the most, like the climactic moment of the first kind of half of the series in a way. And it kind of made way for everything that we're getting now. So I do still think like the single-handedly the greatest single moment of this series was the whole declaration sequence. That whole episode was, again, I think that is one of the biggest textbook examples of like building suspense through just pure raw dialogue. Like I could talk for hours about that episode, and we're way past that episode, and I'm still bringing it up. But what I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. I'm losing my voice, so I'm trying to like find ways to wrap this up. But you know me with this series, I sometimes just can't stop talking about it, even though I'm not really bringing up anything relevant anymore. Like I'm just rambling on bullshit now, like I usually do. But yeah, I think that's gonna finish us off for today. So again, it'll be a bit of a wait. I'm fully expecting a full on. Well, I don't know. Am I? Because I guess the trailer that we got did show, like more so than the scene I was talking about, there is still a lot of like quick flashy stuff that happened in the trailer that I feel like we still haven't gotten yet. So maybe they won't have a trailer. Maybe the last trailer showed enough already to where they won't release a trailer. I don't know. It'll feel so weird to go 9 months without having an episode preview. And then they'll probably release an episode preview the week before. But to go 9 months without any trailer or anything and just keep going like nothing happened, I feel like that'd be really weird, you know? But I don't know. The more I think about it, the more that might be the case. I don't know. We'll find out eventually, though. But yeah, so that's going to leave us off for today. I do thank you guys for watching. As always, early access and full length, that is down at patreon.com/FairGoFilms. And with that out of the way, I do thank you guys for sticking with me through this first half of the season. I know it's kind of hectic, bad scheduling, being behind on things and stuff. I do apologize for that. But it is what it is. We got through it. And now the wait for the true ending begins. Anyways, talk to you guys next time. Till then, peace out.